welcome back. I hope you enjoyed my UFO video, the little special effects video I incorporated on my layout. Just a little 30-second clip that was right before this video was posted. However, it was just something to do, especially in my open sky scene on my farm area of the layout. So I hope you guys had a chance to check that out, and if you didn't enjoy it, I'm sorry, but I just wanted to break up the monotony and have a little fun every once in a while. Today though, we're talking about Ligar Technologies and a couple locomotives I sent down to them and some of the upgrades they've done to those locomotives. One of those locomotives is the ES44AC from Tower 55. As you guys know, Tower 55 is a great model. It's great detail, but it had some issues with their sound, their decoder not being too reliable, and their gears having issues, and some of the inner workings having issues on those models. So I sent that down to Ligar Technologies to have them upgrade that and make it run really well, and change out the decoder for a different decoder, and I'll get into that later. Also, an Atlas GP38-2 with the UP wings on the front. I had them really upgrade that unit, so that unit looks great. So we'll talk about all that here in a minute, but first I want to address a couple issues that were brought to my attention. I get several emails. You guys send emails and messages. I try to get back to you as much as I can. When I get several emails or messages on the same topic, I'll try to address it in my video. So today, one of the messages that seemed to be repetitive was wanting to know about Exactro and if I really like them, because about a week ago I did an Exactro review on 5 of their products. And some of these folks out here, they're conspiracy theorists, and they think that these companies are paying me large sums of money or giving me all kinds of cool stuff or perks in order to buy these products to review them for them. Let me just tell you guys this: you will always get the bottom line from me. If there's a problem with something, you're going to hear about it. If you have any questions about whether this is true or not, I want you to go look at my earlier reviews of the Athearn ST70 Ace versus my later reviews of the Athearn ST70 Ace, and you'll see a change there. At the beginning I was saying this product has issues, sound issues, weight issues, things like that. And now I'm saying this product's improved. It's, you know, so you're going to get the facts from me, at least how I perceive them. Now if I miss something, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be bought off by any manufacturers. You don't have to worry about that. Matter of fact, if you look behind you, I'll show you in a minute really closely. The Atlas GP38-2 I got back from Ligar has 6 railguns from Exactro attached to it. That's because I purchased every road number that Exactro made these railgun TTX gondolas in, because I like the product that much. So I honestly like the product, and you're going to get the bottom line from me. Either it's good or it's bad, or it's good but has this or that problem. So you're always going to have manufacturer issues because there's factories overseas that work on these things, so you're going to have 1 or 2 issues. If you get a repetitive issue on their models, you'll definitely know about that from me. Alright, so that's done. The second issue I've gotten a lot of questions on is what is on the docket this year? What is on my purchase list? What's been pre-ordered? So I'll let you guys know right off the bat. I've got 2 overland models, brass locomotives on order. One is a 5,000th unit of the ES44AC GEVO. It's the later version. That should be in sometime spring or summer. The other one is that Norfolk Southern Veterans locomotive. If you look several videos back, I kind of put a hint by making that locomotive the screen. But it's a nice locomotive, and it's one of a kind, and I don't see any models, any plastic modelers doing that because it's so unique. So I ordered that because it's going to be a unique engine, and it'll be nice to have that, even though I'm not a huge Norfolk Southern fan. Speaking of Norfolk Southern, I've still got all 20 Heritage units on order in plastic, Intermountain and Intermountain ES44 ACs and Athearn SD70 Aces. All 20 will be with sound, and then there's another unit, the 21st unit, which has a special number board that's plain black Norfolk Southern like you see every day on Norfolk Southern's logo and everything, but it's got special number boards, the anniversary number boards. So there'll be 21 sound units there coming in. Also, the Athearn Challenger with Tsunami Sound. They're re-releasing the Athearn Challenger with Tsunami Sound, so that's going to be out. And I'm grabbing that. Athearn DDA40X with sound, Tsunami Sound again. I did a review on the DDA40X, but I wanted 6936, so that's on order. Also 4 Athearn SD70 Aces, Union Pacific, all with DCC and Tsunami Sound. 4 Athearn GEVOs with DCC and Tsunami Sound. Athearn's F3B for the Western Pacific locomotive consist I run with my California Zephyr set. Right now I've got FP7A and F3B. Both have sound, but the second F3B doesn't have sound. So I'll be getting that. So I have all 3 sound units there. 844 with Tsunami sounds getting re-released, and I'm picking that up when that's out. And then there's some rolling stock too. 10 Intermountain auto racks. They have these new see-through grills that look awesome. I'll be taking a look at those. And 6 Athearn TTX Railbox Gunderson box cars. Those are coming out too. That's all pre-order stuff. So that stuff's already on order. I'll be picking up odds and ends throughout the year too. So that's what's on the plan for 2013. Now some of this stuff I'll be reviewing. A lot of it I'll be reviewing, and some of it I won't. So it just depends. It'll be hit and miss. But obviously I'll be covering the important stuff to get you guys the information you need to make informed decisions before you spend your hard-earned money. I did go with Athearn over MTH this time. I gave MTH a shot with the Union Pacific Heritage Fleet, which I have on my wall behind where the camera is right now. And so I think it's fair to give Athearn a chance to see how well they can do. I know both companies are making vast improvements in their models so that they can reflect the changes that are on these Norfolk Southern Heritage units. Alright guys, with that said, let's go ahead and get to the point of this video, several minutes in finally, which is taking a look at Atlas and Tower 55's units after Ligar has put their magic touch on them. So with that said, let's go to the layout and take a look. Alright guys, so what we have here, like I said, is the Tower 55 GEVO and the Atlas GP38-2 with the baby wings on the front. That kind of indicates that it's a modern unit because UP switched over those wings a while back, but fairly modern. Anyhow, these 2 units from Ligar we're going to take a look at individually. Let's start with the Tower 55 here. What I'm going to do is kill some lights real quick because this isn't really a model review, so you don't need to see all the details, but I do want you to see the lighting upgrades that Ligar Technologies did to this locomotive because they are pretty amazing. So let me kill some lights. Okay, so here's what I did with the GEVO. I sent it down to Ligar Technologies and I told them A, it wasn't running because there was a cracked gear, some issue. And really, they explained it to me, but I forgot because all I care about is the product being fixed. And then I told them that the sound wasn't that great with this Digitrax decoder. Now, NS Modeler 24, which is another YouTuber, put a custom sound in there, and it worked great for a long time. It was one of the best horns I've ever heard. So I told Ligar, please try to match that horn because I lost it when I tried to do a decoder reset to see why it wasn't moving. Anyhow, so I sent it down to them with that task and told them please also upgrade the lighting. And they came back with this. There's a little glare from the number board, but it's not as bright as it looks in the video. It's backlit well, but it's not blaring through like it's showing up on the video right now. It's just the lighting. There's the bell. And the horn. Now I asked for flashing ditch lights. I know it's prototypical to have steady ditch lights. I asked for the flashing. They gave me the instructions to change it to steady if I decide to get really prototypical one day. As you guys most know, the Norfolk Southern, I believe, is the only road with flashing ditch lights. UP has steady ditch lights, but that was by my request. But overall, great job here. They did some great lighting with LEDs on the ditch lights. They've upgraded it to a Tsunami sound decoder, which sounds excellent. I like blaring horns, so it may seem loud, but that's how I asked for it. And that's the thing about Ligar. they go to your taste. If you're not a prototype modeler that wants a really faint horn because, you know, it's 1/87th of the actual horn or crazy things like that, they'll talk to you about how you want your model done, because after all, you're paying them to do the model the way you want it to be done. And you know, they change the decoder to the road number, little touches like that really makes it nice. So that is the Tower 55. It also has had the gear problem fixed. Like I said, I can't remember exactly what was wrong with that, but it runs smooth and it runs reliable now. I basically ran it for 20 to 30 minutes just to see if it was going to run well, and it has. So it's really well done. Good job by Ligar Technologies on that. Show you this backlight too, which they also upgraded to LED. Yeah, it's a great job. So pretty impressed with this Tower 55 until I got to the GP38-2. And that's where I was really impressed, and I'll get to that. I'm going to back this Tower 55 unit up here. And I'm going to make it quiet so you guys can now focus on the GP38-2. Now, when I sent this to Ligar Technologies, it was a simple Atlas unit, no sound, and I asked them to make this into a remote control unit. I've always kind of wanted a remote control unit since I first saw one in California. For those of you guys that don't know, they've got these locomotives out there, GP38-2s, some of the other shorter locomotives, and I think they may even be doing larger locomotives that are completely remotely controlled. So there's nobody in the cab, and they can be remotely controlled or they can be controlled by somebody in the cab. It just depends. So anyway, one of the indicators that these units are remotely controlled is the beacon lights that you see here. Each one beacon light per side that they have installed, and when this unit is remotely controlled, the railroad will have these beacon lights flashing. Now on the prototype, these beacon lights flash together and separate. With this, there was only enough decoder functions, because I added ditch lights as well, to have these two beacon lights led to one output in the decoder. So these beacon lights flash together, but after a few minutes of warming up, they tend to offset. So either way, I'm getting a prototypical realistic look. And as I mentioned earlier, there's my 6 Exactrail TTX railgun gondolas. So for you guys that are conspiracy theorists or worry that I'm just doing this to kiss the manufacturer's rear end, you're wrong. I actually love these Exactrail products. Alright, so with that said, let's go ahead and start this up. Once again, programmed to the road number, just a little courtesy that Ligar Technologies does for you. No problems. This has a tsunami decoder as well. And 0 does the front lights. That handles ditch, headlight, cab lights, and number boards. And then F5 does these beacons. So as you can see, they're flashing together right now. And I don't know if it'll get into the video where they offset a little bit, but they do eventually offset somewhat. So it's a really good job there by Ligar Technologies. They had to add detail parts. These little stands or brass pieces that they had to add. They had to do a lot of crazy wiring to get this done. So I'm really happy with that. And again, Ligar Technologies, if you don't really give them guidance on horn sounds that you want, they'll try to go with the prototype, and whatever the prototype sounds like, they'll try to get the closest to that. And they do a real good job with that as well. In the front here, you also can see the ditch lights that I have. I did tell them on this one to keep them steady, because I just kind of want to see what I prefer. So with the horn, it doesn't flash. And the bell, that's that. So overall, good job there, and as always, they do a nice little check on the gears and everything while they're in there. Make sure everything's running well, and they do a lot of tests before they send it back off to you. So right now, this locomotive is fairly good representation of those units out there that are remotely controlled. So it was nice to have something like that done. And obviously I had sound and DCC installed too. So great job by Ligar Technologies on that. And the unit operates smoothly and nicely as well. So Really happy with that as well. Take a look at the back there. Backlight looks good. And you can hear the engine revving and going back down. So, pretty nice locomotive. Great job by Ligar. I may add like an AC roof unit because I did see some of those locomotives have AC roof units on them, even though they're supposed to be unmanned or manned. They spend a lot of time unmanned and remotely controlled. I may still add that AC roof unit right there in between those two beacon lights. So that's basically what Ligar Technologies does for you guys. If you send their stuff down there, you can look at their info below. I posted it right below this video, so you can see how to contact them. They do have turnaround times of, depends on how busy they are. I'd say 1 to 4 months is usually a good idea. Just call them and ask them, hey, how long is this going to take? And they'll give you a good time estimate on those products. That's about it, guys. I will talk to you guys later and see you next time right here on my channel. I'll leave you with a video of this GP38 pulling these railguns.